Hello there, podcast land. Welcome back to another episode of the Vintage Podcast.
Podcast.
There goes that echo again.
Podcast.
Um, good evening, all. If you didn't know, the Vintage Podcast is a podcast where we talk about our favorite movies and some of our not so favorite movies. Starting the podcast off a little different today. We're in a little conversation here about favorite beers, what kind of beers you should buy and where you should buy them at, and what's the best price. And Mondo, tell us about what you're drinking.
I'm drinking a 7.2 Boat Shoes Hazy IPA by Carl Strauss.
You want a Lacoste polo too?
That's a boat shoes.
These are
had
boat shoes.
That's what you were talking about? The blueberry?
No, the blueberry is a different one. I don't know. I got to look at the can. It's in the house still, but
the Boat Shoes is what drew my eye. I love a good hazy. It's probably hazies are my favorite beer right now.
I mean,
I see. I came and went with the hazies already.
Yeah,
I
like the hazy, but I can only do like maybe one hazy.
But that's the beauty of it. You don't need to drink a lot of them.
I do.
Oh yeah, I want to. Yeah, Sierra Nevada Hazy IPA is my favorite beer. I can drink those all day. Not all day, but
it's my go-to.
Yeah, that's the best one.
My go-to.
Juice Force IPA. 9%er, but it tastes like fucking orange juice.
Oh
man,
9% is dangerous, man.
Jake,
dude, that is dangerous.
So they just opened up a board and brew by your house, right?
Oh yeah,
correct.
We've been getting that.
So do they have the Japanese lager over there?
You know, I've only taken it to go, and I know it's a rotating local tap, so it's a lot of the local.
But they put that on rotation everywhere. So even down here in Temecula, it's on rotation all the time. So they have to have
Where's
it.
Where's it brewed?
I don't know. I'll find out the name of it later. It's so good, dude, and it fucking gets you buzzed. Fast.
Love a good buzz. See, I've only they just opened, and they were doing $3 beers, $12 pitchers. I went in Board and Brew. Board and Brew just
it's
opened.
The best. They're the best, dude.
The sandwich is delicious.
Sandwiches are so good.
That's not the price anymore. That was only for the month of July, so nobody run to the Board and Brew in Costa Mesa asking for the $3 beers. Hey, the Vintage Podcast said that you guys got $3 beers. No, it was only for July.
It's done.
Over now. I think it's like $7, which is still a pretty good deal.
No, it's still even the regular beer, like it's only like $5 a pint, $6 a pint.
Yeah, it's fair.
You can't beat that, dude.
Any beer at a bar that you get under $8, that's a good price.
And I love how they have
it's a score.
They have that little graphic, that digital graphic of how much beer is left in the tap.
That's so weird.
That's cool.
And then so when it starts dropping down, they'll lower the price.
Yeah,
they'll drop it. Like they always have sales on their beers.
The bottom of the barrel. Jinx.
Doesn't matter, baby.
No, it doesn't. Still got hops.
Still good beer.
Still got the pops.
If anything, you get more drunk at the bottom of the barrel than you will at the top of the barrel.
Yeah.
Who's to say?
Harlan Brewery makes the Japanese lager.
Okay. I'll be on the lookout. I saw that name in there.
But you gotta figure those hops are gonna settle at the bottom.
I think hops rise.
They got that nitrogen in those kegs. It's gonna keep it all mixed up perfectly the time.
Is it nitrogen?
Yes, it is.
It's carbon monoxide.
Nitric oxide leaking into the car.
We need someone who brews beers on this. Settle that.
Well,
Steven, that brings up another point. Hunter had watched Black Sheep last week and didn't like it.
We'll talk.
Yeah,
we'll get into fucking that. Blasphemy.
We'll get into that.
That's all about that.
We'll get into it.
Yeah, I don't know how you could watch any Chris Farley. Did Chris Farley make a bad movie?
Let's get into it later on. Let's go through.
Well, get to know. What did you watch this week, Hunter?
Well, hey, hang on. I myself am drinking a Pacifico Clara, or as some would call it, Clara.
You know
it's
what?
It's a cerveza del Pacifico.
Watch what you say next, Mondo.
Yeah.
No.
Watch what you say next.
No.
Buddy.
Here's what I'm gonna say: is Pacifico is one of my favorite Mexican beers.
Oh yeah,
but it's overpriced.
It is.
They have it right up there with Corona And
Corona-
same thing with Modelo. And Modelo's overpriced.
Modelo is
Modelo's,
overpriced.
yeah, Modelo is.
I got 3 tall cans for $8.
That's pretty
Well,
cheap.
then you got a deal.
That's pretty cheap.
I've been to the Estrella Jalisco right now. That's when I get a Mexican beer. If I see
Yeah.
Estrella Jalisco,
That's good.
it's good, and it's always like $3
Yeah.
cheaper.
So
I just feel like Pacifico reigns supreme on Mexican lagers.
Modelo makes a spicy
Chelada.
michelada right now.
See, Estrella Jalisco has.
My god,
I don't like that. I
It
don't like
is
that.
so bomb.
Are you talking about the one that has like tamarindo in it?
Yeah,
Tamarindo
Yes,
like mango
yes,
and chamoy.
Yes.
That's
Really
too much
good.
for me. That's too much.
Oh,
It's a
good.
lot. It's more that than there is beer in that can.
But that's the
I'm done
perfect.
on that.
I don't
That's the
want
perfect
that. I
beer
want
for
beer.
this time of year, though. Like after a long day of fucking sweating your balls off, there's nothing more refreshing than drinking that fucking michelada.
It's
I
just
don't
so
know.
heavy.
I don't know about that, buddy.
I think a
I don't think-
michelada for like breakfast.
I think micheladas light. I don't
It's a
think
good
they're
breakfast.
heavy. This
No, no.
IPA, this boat shoes is fucking heavy right
Well,
now.
no, it's not.
That'll put you to sleep.
It's not heavy in alcohol percentage. It's heavy in just like you're so full after one.
There's nothing wrong with that, dude. You
And
gotta,
I'm
you gotta
also
replenish.
eating the glizzy, as the boys pointed out before I started the podcast. So I'm gonna finish this up.
I hope you enjoy that, Steven.
It's my last bite. You know,
I hope
Are
you
you
enjoy
drunk
it.
already, bro?
I've been drinking. I was off today. I've been drinking since like 12.
Did you go fishing?
Saw
Yeah,
a bass.
Friday night. Friday
Saw
night,
a
guys.
bass this big.
Friday night, La Jolla. Who's down?
I'll be gone. I'll be camping.
I gotta work this weekend.
Oh gosh.
Hunter's actually been working in San Diego, so he has no excuse.
Saturday.
Ooh. Hey,
And Sunday.
do not go into that. Damn, I forgot the words.
Dark night.
That
Do
good
not
night.
go in that good. Do not go into that good night.
Oh man.
All right.
Rage.
Well,
Yeah,
Rage.
wow. What a start to the episode, everybody.
Well, Hunter, let's kick it over to you. Tell us what you watched this week, baby.
So I've kind of continued my rage of watching Studio Ghibli films. I checked out Spirited Away again, and it's awesome. In the beginning, they had somebody doing kind of like an intro to it, and they had said that Spirited Away is the Japanese version of Alice in Wonderland, and I fully back that statement. It almost in ways is better than Alice in Wonderland,
Easy,
but that's
buddy.
up for a different discussion.
Yeah, easy.
Easy, buddy.
I just want to say how great that movie is, and if you haven't checked those out, all the Studio Ghibli films are on HBO Max at the moment. I also rewatched Ponyo and then Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. I've already seen those a couple of times, so just revisiting them. But again, the animation in Ponyo is fantastic, and the storyline in Nausicaa is phenomenal. It's great. I also checked out the 1994 movie Quiz Show. It's based off true events where back in the old days when they were doing like game shows, they had NBC had rigged one of their shows and was setting up this dude that everybody liked to keep on winning. So they kept just giving him the answers. It's starring John Turturro and Ralph Fiennes. John Turturro is like true story.
Huh.
Turturro is like the reigning champ, and they book him off for Ralph Fiennes, who's like a well-educated, big name guy in the society. Like everybody knows who he is because based off his last name. It's super sick. It's kind of sad what happens at the end because Ralph Fiennes' character was only basically a pawn in the scheme of the network to keep these people on the show, and he actually got like the most downfall from the show from doing that. He was never able to teach again and kind of went off to do like a different job somewhere and like isolated himself. While the network really didn't suffer that much, they actually made more money later on. And then I also checked out the 1999 Martin Lawrence Blue Streak.
Classic.
I know that's a favorite in our discussions.
Diaz.
It's probably one
Diaz.
of my favorite Martin Lawrence's films. Him and Dave Chappelle. Dave Chappelle absolutely crushes his role. Every scene he's in is absolutely hilarious. The idiocracy of the cops is just comedy that they're so easily like spawned manipulated into believing that Martin Lawrence's character is actually a detective. It's insane how like crazy his plan goes off from the original. He just wanted to go in there for a second and then end up becoming, like the captain of the detective.
What's that on right now?
Luke Wilson
it's on
is
HBO
perfect.
Max. Yeah, Luke Wilson and the other homie cop.
The other dude's from American Me. He plays JD.
Yeah,
What a pull.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him.
And
And he's also
stepped
from
out
Once
like,
Upon a Time in America.
I got this.
Yeah, he is in Once Upon a Time in America. He's great. The ending scene is absolutely fantastic, or he crosses the border, he's in Mexico, he's got the diamond, and he's all right. But that's for sure one that you got to check out, Blue Streak.
I'm a federale.
A
Federale.
hood. A federale hood.
No.
No.
Can't just hand it to me.
Dude,
You
there's so
gotta
many,
take it from me.
there's so many good quotes in it, dude.
All I know is that he's gay. Gay.
He took my shoelace, and then he said I couldn't read good. I can quote that movie all day long.
Yeah,
Exactly,
it's
dude.
so
Like,
Blue
good.
Streaks got a special place in my heart. I think.
Yeah, that's one that we've all seen a bunch of times. So
Yeah.
I just had to revisit it because it's been a while, and so it was good to rewatch it.
Got some good DMX tracks in there.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
All right.
The last
RIP.
film I'll mention is the 1996 Chris Farley movie Black Sheep.
Amazing flick.
I had never watched
So
this
good.
movie all the way through up until now. Watching this, I couldn't help but cringe most of the movie and wait for it to be over.
What the fuck?
There
When's
was
the
about
last time you watched Beverly Hills Ninja?
last year.
When they just put it on, they put it on
Last
Netflix
year.
recently.
How do you feel about Beverly Hills Ninja?
I put Beverly Hills Ninja
I love
below
Beverly Hills.
Black Sheep.
I love Beverly Hills Ninja.
So I think what we're facing here, Mondo, is
Nostalgia?
Hunter didn't watch this at a young age,
Yeah, generational thing.
and now watching
no, it's not a
it now,
generational thing because I've seen Tommy Boy and that
But,
came out
but if you
before.
didn't watch it when it came out,
and watching
you
it now,
didn't-
he doesn't
you
he doesn't
didn't
think it's
appreciate it.
funny.
what about
But-
the part where he's like, he got arrested for banging roosters or
Banging chickens.
in the back of the cop car?
Yeah.
I thought there were about 5 funny scenes, and it's funny because right when I said that, Steven had listed 5 scenes, and those were all them. So I guess they must be the kind of notoriously funny scenes. I
Hey,
just
so
felt like
when we're in the mountains and we say, vote for Don Lee, you never
Yeah,
knew what that came from?
no, I knew what that was from because like I've seen bits and pieces of the movie, but I've just never have seen the whole thing like from start to finish. It was always like I saw like either like a bits of the middle or like a bit of the end, and that was it.
Smoking, toking, snorting, dorting,
Drinking,
do a little,
little
dance.
a party
just-
with you.
I just felt that they didn't successfully do the injury scenes to Chris Farley because in all of Chris Farley's, Tommy Boy and Beverly Hills Ninja, he's always getting hurt. I feel like they just made it. I just don't like the way they did it in this one. I just didn't think it was funny. That scene where he's rolling down the mountain and he's just rolling down for fucking 10
That
minutes.
was the best thing.
Literally
He's
like 10 minutes.
He was like,
and then
dear
just-
root.
And then just pops up,
Stay strong.
I don't know. I didn't like it. I didn't think it was funny. Like I said, there was probably about 5
dude.
scenes that made me laugh, and the rest of it, I was just waiting for
Dude.
it to be over. It was a
when they're
short.
in the when they're in the, they show up to the cabin, I got dibs on top. And then the fucking roof of the cabin falls off and it starts hailing. And then
David Spade
Richard-
talk shit.
David
Richard.
Spade is like,
I still
yeah,
call him Richard.
I got dibs on top on. And then bam, bunk bed collapses.
I don't know.
That's kind of
Makes-
I
it makes me
think it's
sad.
unfortunate. Yeah.
It makes me sad.
Sorry.
It's very unfortunate that you didn't like it. But like I said, I think a lot of the reason why maybe me, Mondo, and Jake like it is because we probably saw it when obviously younger,
Mhm.
and it carried over
Possibly.
that nostalgia. Because I think if you're looking at it from a critical eye, which I think unfortunately
You
Hunter
can't
did.
look at
No,
look at
I
this
wasn't.
movie
Like I
with
know,
a
I
critical
know,
eye.
yeah, I know what happens when you go into a Chris Farley movie. It's the same thing that happens when you go to
Hunter's-
a Kevin Smith movie. You know,
Hunter's
you're not
Hunter's analyzing the fucking injuries. to
Yeah,
Chris
Hunter's
Farley.
getting carried away. with
Hunter
this
went from
podcast.
Cronenberg to Black Sheep.
No, I'm just saying. It was just I just don't
Yeah,
think
Hunter-
they weren't funny.
Hunter's
to me.
like, it's not dark enough.
Yeah. Hunter wants some,
Oh,
Hunter wants some
no,
super
no.
crazy Italian
one-
1970s horror
No, like
flick,
I
and then
said,
put
I
on
love
Black
Beverly
Sheep to
Hills
go to bed.
Ninja. I love Tommy
No one
Boy.
died.
I love all of the other movies he's in. I love him in Airheads. I love him in Billy Madison. I just don't think he's funny in this movie. Or I just don't think the movie's funny. Not Chris Farley, just the movie itself.
I don't think you're funny, pal.
You know where
Never
you
claimed to be Canadian.
You know where you invalidated yourself? You didn't mention Wayne's World.
You want me to list all of his fucking movies right now, pal?
Hey,
You want me to list how many times he
Hey.
performed on
I
SNL?
mean,
You came
it's,
close.
it's a pretty important scene
yeah, it
because
is.
his train goes, his bus goes from here to here to here,
Yeah.
or he's the one who tells him the limo directions, right?
Yeah, he tells him exactly the route of Mr.
Yeah.
Big.
I'm saying I love Chris Farley. I just don't like Black Sheep. That's it.
Blasphemy.
All right. We'll pass it over to Mondo.
Oh my god. So you mentioned, okay, what movie did you mention is like in competition with Alice in Wonderland?
Spirited Away. No, they say that it's the Japanese like version of Alice in Wonderland, and I said it in some ways it could be a little better.
So here's a little behind the scenes of Alice in Wonderland. The art director, the creative director behind Alice in Wonderland, his name was Art Babbitt. Art Babbitt was an important role in the union's fight against Walt Disney during the time where the union was striking.
Damn the mouse.
So Art Babbitt was good friends with Walt Disney. He had the chance to side with the business side or side with the employees, and he sided with the employees in the union. He was this close, to becoming one of the 9 old men that worked with Walt Disney. And so Walt Disney would come to Art Babbitt with all the cells that Art and his team would make for whatever project they were working on, and he'd rip the cells in front of Art Babbitt and said, "You want your union? You got your union. This is what you get from it." And he'd rip the cells in front of, like,
A fascist.
to piss him off, right? Art Babbitt married Marge Belcher, who was the woman that posed for 15-year-old Snow White.
Mm.
So the Snow White we see, that was modeled after Marge Belcher.
How old
Later
was she
on,
when they married?
He was kind of a playboy, dude. I mean, I don't know. To be honest with you, it's there's a gray area.
Different times.
Yeah, different times, exactly.
Still gross.
But it's still interesting because Art Babbitt later on married Dina Babbitt, which I don't know what Dina Babbitt's maiden last name was, but Dina Babbitt survived Auschwitz.
Oh shit.
And she survived Auschwitz because she was an artist, and she drew Snow White and the Seven Dwarves. She drew what's it called when you draw on a wall?
Murals.
A mural.
She drew a mural for the kids in the camp, and the kids would ask her to draw all kinds of stuff, and I guess she drew it perfectly. Well, Art Babbitt's the one that created those characters in that fashion of art. He's the one that did. So that's what we see in Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was created by Art Babbitt. Her and her mother survived the fucking Holocaust because of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, because Joseph Mengele discovered her that she can draw, picked her out of a pot of all the Jews that were in the Holocaust in Auschwitz, and said, "I want you to draw for me all these races." He's like, "Can you draw these races? Because I want the world to remember what they look like before we destroy them." Jesus. So she would draw gypsies, and he would distinctly tell her the differences, that like a blue-eyed gypsy compared to a blue-eyed German, they knew what the differences were, and she would draw it on paper perfectly. So she survived that. When she came out, okay, there's a long story behind it too, but just to get to the gist of it, she found Art Babbitt, and she basically fell in love with him because he's the one that saved her, because he created Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
That's crazy.
So they got married. They moved to Southern California, and she had like PTSD. Her biggest issue in her life mission was to get her artwork back from Auschwitz, but Auschwitz never wanted to give it back to her because they said that belonged to the Museum of Auschwitz.
Right.
So that was her family's goal. Later on, they found out that somebody broke into there and stole all the artwork. Nobody knows what happened to it, but she died a few years ago. But we all hope that her family got what rightfully belonged to them, to that family, to their history, whatever.
Wow.
So that's where she worked on Alice in Wonderland. That's where I was getting at. She worked on Alice in Wonderland. That's how she fell in love with Art Babbitt, and they got married. But
so
she
what did
would
you
have
watch this week?
She would
Yeah.
have hold on.
This segment of Disney history brought to you by
Man, I love
Mondo,
that
not
story.
Calrissian.
And
But-
boat shoes. IPA.
No, but listen, she would listen. She would have these horrible, not even nightmares, but in like these thoughts would go through her mind about her strangling her kids to just so she can see like what was behind their skin, or their facial skin, because of shit that she went through while she was in concentration camps.
Jeez.
Hey,
It's brutal.
do you guys think you could have survived the Holocaust?
Dude,
I
I
don't
don't
know,
know,
man.
bro.
Probably
You're
not.
forced,
That's-
you're forced to
that's-
not eat. I mean, it was bad, dude.
And like you don't have a choice on like catching diseases and shit. You know what I mean? It's like rat
Yeah.
infested. Everybody's sick. Like it's just you. It's
Which-
luck of the draw.
Which I have another beef with the new series that came out, The Boys, right? Because there's a movie, it's a documentary called The Boys, and I told you guys about this, about the Sherman brothers who wrote music for Disney. And I bet you guys probably never watched it yet. I think it's on Disney Plus, but it tells you the story about Robert Sherman, who saved Dachau. He released the prisoners from Dachau, the concentration camp. He got injured in the war. He was a war hero. And I don't know where I'm going with this, but
Yeah.
let me get to what I watched. It's real simple. I watched me and Rosanna burned through a TV series called Huron. It's an Italian TV series on Netflix, and it's kind of got like, I don't know, so, like if you look it up, it has like Marianne, like shows you would like because of this. Marianne is one of them.
It's horror flick.
It's not really horror though. It's more like, it's just like suspense and mystery to me. So, and I love reading subtitles for whatever reason. The actors in this TV series are fucking top notch. They're kid actors. I don't know if they're really kids. They might be in their 20s, but they play like they're high school kids. It's phenomenal acting. The storyline is very original. I've never heard anything like this before. They go into a town where their mom grew up in. Their grandfather still lives in that town. Grandfather does not want the mom to come back, and the mom doesn't know what to do. She has nowhere else to go, so she brought her and her two kids, her son and daughter, back to her hometown in Huron. And from there, we see that this town is cursed. There's a whole part of the town that got
Eaten.
It's underwater. It
Flooded.
got flooded.
Submerged.
It got flooded. So, and there's a part of that old town that comes up. It's a tower, and that's the only part you can see of the old town is this old tower that comes up from the water.
That's tight. That's like Zelda Wind Waker.
Absolutely. And then and it has to do with doppelgangers, and it has to do with the human emotion. If you're going through a stressful time, you'll hear the bells from the tower go off, and nobody else can hear it, but you can hear it in your mind. And that's when you know your doppelganger is going to come from the ocean, and automatically your doppelganger wants to come and kill you. So once you hear those bells, you're fucked. And you got to try to do whatever you can to stay alive. But you find out who has really, over the years, who's been taken over by their doppelgangers. The main character, her son and daughter, they're basically the main characters too. You'll see what they have to go through to survive this town's curse. And it really is, it ends kind of weird. I don't have a problem with the ending, but I can see where people might have a problem with it. But I love this. I mean, I'll give this series like 8.5 to 9 out of 10
Wow.
stars. Like
Wow.
I loved it. I loved every minute of it. We burned through this thing like in 2 nights.
I can't wait to watch it and just rip it apart.
Oh shit! I saw the first episode.
Okay.
What'd you say it was on?
Netflix.
Netflix.
And then so after we watched that, we watched.
Is the first one about the mom and then the house is haunted?
It's not haunted.
But they make it seem like it's haunted.
It makes it feel like it's haunted, yeah.
Okay, I remember the first episode.
And then we started watching this show called The Girls from Ipanema. and we only got into like a couple of episodes, but it feels like it's about how the bossa nova scene came about in Brazil, and
Sick.
the Brazilian jazz scene.
Yeah.
It looks like it's going to be a really good fucking show.
Is that it?
Hey.
Because I could build on that.
Yeah.
I watched something about Bossa Nova. I watched Steven, do you mind if I go ahead?
Yeah, go ahead.
You have something to say? I feel like you were about to have something on the tip of your tongue.
I was gonna piggyback off Mondo's Curon movie. I searched Curon, and another Italian TV show came up called Luna Nera, and it's about witchcraft. 6 episodes.
Oh. Okay.
So check
On
that
Netflix
out
too?
I'm gonna check it out. Yeah, I added it
So-
to my list already.
I watched the first thing I watched was Where Are You, João Gilberto? So he's the father of Bossa Nova.
No
He-
way. Yeah,
he's-
Gilberto is the G dog.
He's the first one that started like coming up with the chords and the pace and his soft voice. So I guess he was a real little man and he had a real soft voice, and he was so the documentary is called Where Are You, João Gilberto?
Yeah.
So after like 2004, I mean, he's an old man at this point too. He just disappeared. Nobody sees him. Nobody knows where he is. Like, you can't talk to him. Like he has a daughter and an ex-wife and an agent. The agent and daughter knows where he is. He talks to the ex-wife sometimes, and very randomly, like there's this one part where Arthur Vercal, who's another significant figure in the Bossa Nova scene, he gets a phone call at this party that's being hosted by this other guy that João Gilberto also knew. And João talks to Arthur on the phone. He's like, "Oh, I love one of your songs. Like, can I sing it to you?" So then Arthur's like, "Yeah, you could sing me my song. Like, what? You're fucking João Gilberto." So then Arthur's saying like, "I sat for 45 minutes while João Gilberto sang me 4 of my songs in a row. And I
Dude,
couldn't
that's
get on the
so
phone. I didn't
dope,
care about this
dog.
party."
Oh my God.
Really good documentary. It kind of alludes at the end that the documentarian, the Georges Gashau, has found João Gilberto through
Mhm.
João's agent, but we never see João, so nobody knows like the
Is this
status
like a
of him.
documentary kind of?
Yeah, no,
setup?
it's pure documentary. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's pure documentary interviews. Like,
Fuck yeah.
so there was this German author who went to Rio de Janeiro looking for João and didn't find him. And like for other reasons, the German novelist, and there's a book about, I think it's also called Where Are You, João Gilberto? It's Mark. No, the book is called Hubalala, which is on the second João Gilberto album. It's a fantastic song. The author's name is Mark Fisher, and the documentary is like following up the quest that he took one by one, because Mark Fisher ended up committing suicide later on. Very good documentary.
Some heavy stuff.
Documentary.
Do
Yeah,
they get in? Do they get into how during that time the Brazilian economy was like booming, and like it was taking a turn, and everything was just like perfect, going like it was going so great.
No,
like
it didn't get into any of the
Brazil?
politics.
Okay.
It was more so just about his life, and like when he would practice songs, he would practice them in the bathroom because the acoustics were better in the bathroom than they were anywhere in the house. So he would lock himself in the bathroom for hours and hours and hours
Okay.
while he was practicing new songs.
There's a character in this series who I'm assuming is maybe Gilberto's character.
Okay.
He's kind of a G. Like there's a scene they're on a boat, and he's playing the guitar, and like nobody's heard this sound before, and this chick, the main character, this chick comes out. She's like, "Oh my God, what is this? What is this I'm listening to?" And she just falls in love for this dude, and he's kind of a G. Like, he's good looking fucking Brazilian dude.
Yeah,
and-
it's definitely that character's definitely got to be João.
yeah.
Because he's the father of Bossa Nova.
Yeah.
He's the first one. Just crazy. A crazy
So
idea to
dope.
be the first at something. You know what I
So
mean? Like
dope.
next I watched Uma, which is on Netflix. It's starring Sandra Oh and Fidel Stewart.
I saw this too.
It's good.
You say Cordell Stewart?
Fidel. Fidel. 5L.
Oh,
It's,
gee.
it's directed by Sam Raimi, or produced by Sam Raimi. I'm sorry. It's kind of a play on Korean like folklore. You definitely get some like Evil Dead vibes from it, slightly. It was entertaining enough. There are certain scenes where I got real bad chills. I wasn't scared, but I was entertained. It was decent. Steven, what did you think?
I thought it was pretty bad.
I mean, like,
The story, the story was dumb. At least I think it was like the whole
yeah,
plot of
yeah,
her being afraid of her
being afraid
mom
of
dying.
electricity
Her uncle shows up out of nowhere
and
to
leaves out of
deliver her
nowhere.
mom's
Yeah,
ashes. And just yeah, I just like to your point though, like there were a few scenes where you're like, oh shit.
yeah,
Like the scene where you see somebody sitting in the chair in the
yep,
dark.
yep. That
That
gave
was
me chills,
creepy.
crazy.
When she's in the attic
Yep.
and the weird shit starts happening in the attic. But it's basically a daughter who ran away from home, who was traumatized by her mom, uh, dealing with her troubled past, I guess you could say,
I
and
think,
taking
dude,
it
how
out
about that part
her
where Uma, her
weird.
hand comes out, out of the dirt to grab Sandra
Evil
O's
Dead. I
character.
see the Evil
Yeah,
Dead
yeah,
vibes.
and that was like Sam Raimi. He produced it, so I was like,
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
I'm not a big fan of Sandra Oh. She annoyed the shit out of me from
Grey's Anatomy.
Grey's Anatomy, dude.
Yeah.
Like they
You're
played
watching you're watching Grey's Anatomy?
back in the day. I did listen to
It
me.
was like
Listen to
like
this.
main time TV.
There was a they
Hmm.
try to use indie music at one point. So I was really into this band called the Colts, and there's a scene, and Sandra O's like cooking in her kitchen, jamming out to the Colts, and like just dancing ridiculously. And I was like, nobody dances to this fucking music like this. Like, take this shit off. Like, I was done with fucking Grey's Anatomy after that.
Oh my god.
What season was
I love
that?
it.
Season
I
7?
love it.
Probably like season 4.
I mean, Grey's Anatomy is
What's
very popular.
what's with fucking the Inquisition, Hunter?
Like Hunter doesn't watch Love Island and shit with his
Just questioning
girlfriend.
him.
I think this is Hunter's fucking doppelganger.
I wish.
Next, I watched
Me
a
too.
film called Tokyo Story.
Me
It was
three.
Paul Schrader came out with a list of his like all-time favorite movies, and this was number 1 on the list.
Hunter's blitzed.
No, for sure.
Maybe.
Maybe.
He definitely might have partaken in the devil's lettuce before this episode. I walked down to the waves are real big outside of my house right now, so I went down and looked at the waves for a little bit. And I came back in the house. I was like, oh my god,
Can you bring me another beer?
reefers. Next movie I watched was Tokyo Story, directed by Yasuju Ozu, 1953. It's Japanese. It's old school. It's black and white. It's kind of a slow story. It's a slow burn. Nothing. It's just really about these grandparents that go and visit their children from, basically Hiroshima, but it wasn't Hiroshima. It was a little bit to the north of Hiroshima, and this is like after the war. It's kind of a story of just like getting old and not making time for your parents as a kid, and through the eyes of your grandparents. So like, it was very emotional. It's a very emotional flick. It definitely like there's some personal reflection of just like, yes, we're busy, but take a moment. You know what I mean? Because the children never take time. Like they had plans to go take the parents to go to this museum, and then the son is a doctor, so the son had to like I mean he's like 40, and he had to go to an appointment, so he couldn't take him out. So then they end up like just sending them off to the spa and to go like get massages and like send a spa and be by the beach, and like they didn't really have a good time. And they're like, we don't really feel welcomed here. They're just kind of like, we feel like a burden, and it's pretty sad. And the one child who's not even their child takes the most care of them is the daughter of, or she's the wife of the son they lost in the war. So there's like a little bit of that to it too. It's a really good film, really good storyline. And then I watched Woody Allen's 1977 flick Annie Hall.
Oh,
You guys have seen
God.
Annie Hall, yeah?
Yeah.
Mondo,
No.
you've never seen Annie Hall?
No.
I get the sentiment about Woody Allen. He's a piece of shit he's just not a good dude. But he could write the fucking hell out of a movie. The dialogue in this flick is 10 out of 10. Like you can't replicate the the human interactions he has and the way like the storytelling, the direction, like Annie Hall's a really good, and it's like it's a love story, yes, but it's kind of scatterbrained, like Woody Allen's character in this. Albie Singer. It's really like, I hate to say it, but it's really one of my favorites. And watching like, and I'd seen it before, but I didn't remember seeing it. I'm watching like, oh, I remember this. I remember this. I remember this. But like, I'm still like laughing at the jokes. I'm still like find myself entertained. Like,
Dude, Woody Allen has so much respect in the community.
yeah, you know, I'm like, yes, I know he's a piece of shit.
Did you know Woody Allen married his adopted daughter?
Yes, I did know that.
That should be common knowledge, right?
Yeah, I did know that. And, you know, like I said, I do not condone his personal life, but as a filmmaker, as
But
a writer,
is that facts though, or was it
Yeah,
just somebody
yeah.
that was close to him?
facts. No, it's
It's facts.
facts.
yeah, that's common knowledge.
There's a whole documentary about it on HBO Max.
Yeah, and that came out recently.
Yeah, like last year.
So how the fuck did he get away with that? Like,
You gotta.
Different time.
just perfect timing.
No, he manipulated. He took advantage of a situation. It was more so like false imprisonment, kind of like it just none of it. It's not a good story at all.
But creative genius.
But he's a creative genius, yes.
Wow.
So like it's kind of like love the art, not the artist. you
So
know?
the kid that he eventually ended up being with, did he raise her from being a small child, or did he adopt her after when she was already an adult?
No, she was a
TBD.
smaller
She was
child.
a kid.
She was like 10 years old, maybe younger. And then when
You know-
she turned 18, she went to college, and then that's when they started like hanging out more.
You know, Woody Allen.
We need
looks,
to do an episode on Woody Allen.
Woody Allen looks like, just like
Yeah.
a fucking spaz.
He
He
does.
is. He's a
In
little
his
feel like-
dork.
movies, and he's
I
fast
feel like-
in his movies.
I feel like I would slap the shit out of Woody Allen if he were to hang out with me.
What's
I
the
don't
dude
know.
that wrote? What's the dude that wrote Seinfeld?
Larry David.
Larry. He reminds me of like a small Larry David.
Hey, Larry David's great.
They're both Jewish. Both
Larry
Jewish
David
from
can
New
do no
York.
wrong.
Both Jewish from New York, so it's like a very, kind of a very similar person. And then after I watched Annie Hall, the following
Jesus.
day I watched The Batman. I wanted to revisit it. Fuck, it's
Michael
so-
Keaton.
No, The Batman, Pattinson. It's so fucking good.
That's great.
It's the Batman is, we did a whole episode reviewing the Batman, so I'm not going to get into it here. So go back and listen to that if you want to hear our point of view. And then I watched Cape Fear, Scorsese's
Ooh.
1991 flick. I hadn't seen this movie in a while. And
Bobby
I was so glad I watched it.
Juliet
again.
Lewis is such a good fucking actress, dude.
Oh yeah, and I love Jessica Lange. I mean, Robert De Niro's fantastic.
Robert De
It's a wild
Niro
ride.
is the quintessential scumbag in this
Dude,
movie.
but like, kind of not. You can almost sympathize with him
Hmm.
because, like,
But how
yes,
he's fucking riding underneath the car the whole way.
dude, how
Oh my
gnarly. And, like,
god.
I was like, wait, he had to have like handcuffed himself to it. He put his belt through the axle,
Yeah.
so he didn't have to hold on to it the entire time. He could just kind of lay there. Dude,
Looking nuts, dude.
his southern accent is great too.
It's
Hey,
been a long time.
Why do I want to get the main actor mixed up with the dude from Rookie of the Year,
Gary Busey.
Gary Busey?
Oh,
Looks like
because
him a little
it's
bit.
Nick Nolte. Yeah,
Nick Nolte, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes. Which,
Um,
dude, what happened to him? He used to be a fucking powerhouse actor.
I think he did the Sons of Anarchy show, didn't he? Is he on Sons of Anarchy?
He might have been.
Or was that
Something
somebody
happened.
else?
Something happened to him where he dropped off. But he used to be dope in the fucking 90s.
He's in the Mandalorian.
Mm-mm.
Oh yeah,
He is?
yeah.
Nick Nolte is?
Plays a small role.
No
What's
shit.
What's Mick Nolte from? Rugrats?
Big Nolte,
Yeah.
I don't
it's
know.
Rugrats.
maybe.
Gregory Peck and Robert Mitchum are both in this movie too. They're both in Cape
Beautiful.
Fear. And Cape
Fuck
Fear's Scorsese's Cape Fear is a remake from Cape Fear from like 1954 or something. And then I watched there's this documentary on Netflix right now. It's a 3-part series. It's called The Most Hated Man on the Internet. It's about this guy, Hunter Moore, who ran a revenge porn website called Is Anyone
Is
Up?
anyone up?
He is a piece of shit, Hunter Moore. So I am not condoning any of his actions.
Is that a real thing?
Yeah.
It was a real
Is
thing.
it- it's not around anymore.
No.
I'm guessing that's where exes post videos of their exes.
Yes. Yep.
I kind of
So-
remember that.
Yep. So Hunter
You
Moore was a
would.
really big thing from 2011 until he got arrested in 2015. And like I mean, I followed him on Twitter. You would see him post like tits or like, you know, like crazy shit on Twitter, like women or drugs or like he was just talking shit to people. He was just a fucking nomad. Or he was not even a nomad. He was
He was a
he was
psychopath.
insane. He was insane. And
Schizo.
he had the God mentality or the God, he felt like a god. He couldn't be touched. And then this mom, who her daughter had her pictures posted on the internet on this website, her naked pictures. She had some nudies.
Sued him.
Couldn't sue him because they couldn't prove Hunter Moore had somebody hack into these girls' email accounts that might have, like, I guess putting pictures in your email, like in a folder on your email account, was a thing 10 years ago. So he got hacked. He got charged on hacking. He served 3 years in jail, and the judge told him he could never be on social media again. Pretty crazy. Hunter Moore, it's really good. I mean, if you're
It locked us in.
my age and you were on Twitter during and after high school, you've been on Twitter for 10 years, you 100% know who Hunter Moore is, and watching this documentary is going to fucking put you back. It's good. It's like, it's kind of worth a watch on like the consequences of the internet being like whatever you post on the internet is permanent. But yeah, I watched like 30 minutes of Anaconda Saturday night.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
bad.
I was
awful.
so mad I fell asleep. It was late Saturday. I had some
You're
friends.
mad you
sleep
fell
over.
asleep?
Yeah, I wanted to finish it. It's brilliant.
Brilliant.
Ice Cube and J Lo.
Owen Wilson too.
Oh, John Voight's in it too, huh?
John
Oh,
Voight's in
yeah,
it.
John Voight.
Yep,
Kind of a powerhouse fucking
it is.
crew.
It's a great flick.
It's not, but for all intents and purposes, it's
Exactly. It's like Anaconda, Deep Blue Sea, like
B Plus is great.
Piranha.
eight-legged
And
freaks.
these were all
Eight-Legged Freaks
movies.
is great.
These are all movies that came from Jaws.
Of course.
Yeah.
And like Jurassic Park.
I met the key grip to Jaws. If I never mentioned that before.
I'll actually be in the Cape near Martha's Vineyard where
What's-
Jaws takes place next weekend.
What's a key
What?
grip? Mondo,
Yeah.
tell the audience what a key grip is.
The key grip is basically the dude in charge of all the equipment operations.
Meaning? What do you mean equipment operations?
I mean, figure it out, man. Are you smart or not?
It's not for me, it's for the audience.
I just said it right now. Like all the equipment, the lights, cameras, action, everything.
So why are you questioning me if
Well, this is
I'm
obvious.
asking you to do it for the audience?
It's obvious. Move on to the next subject.
You're wrong.
Oh, so yeah, so
Martha's
that's
Vineyard.
yeah.
Is he wrong?
I'll be
Yeah.
near Martha's Vineyard. I won't be in Martha's Vineyard, but I'll be
Fuck yeah, Hunter.
within 30 miles.
Jake's
What-
going to
what's
fucking
What's a key grip, Hunter?
It's somebody who sets up the lighting and is be able to, if like certain like shadow needs to be casted on a face or just certain obstacles need to be.
key grip is not just lighting.
It's lighting and setting up lighting. Because being able to get the certain tone of light is one thing. Being able to actually like install the light somewhere so that it's shining at a certain angle. Because they use bars, from what I've seen, bars with like wood taped at the end of it, and they stick it out, and then they'll fucking tighten it, and so it'll hold on the wood, and they'll be able to hang lights based off that and shine them wherever they need to go.
For our listeners, Hunter's doing these gestures with his arms, expecting us to know what he's talking about.
I mean, I expect you to know I explained it exactly what I was doing right there.
Mm.
Wow.
One,
This is a very informative episode.
I
We
am-
had we had some
I'm
Disney
following, Hunter.
history and we had key grip definition.
Jake's going to Montauk, New Jersey next week. So
No, I'm going to Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
Jake's gonna come back brainwashed.
Yeah, that's what I told my parents. They didn't believe me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm already brainwashed.
Have
Yeah,
fun.
that's a good point.
Jeez.
All right. 2002 birthed a movie featuring Leonardo DiCaprio, Tom Hanks, Christopher Walken, and Martin Sheen. That movie is known as Catch Me If You Can, directed by Steven Spielberg. That is what I watched this week. Catch Me If You Can is a pretty interesting flick about a 16-year-old whose parents get divorced and he decides to just build his empire on a bed of lies. Yep. So he fooled everybody into thinking that he was a pilot for Pan Am, to thinking that he was a lawyer, he was a doctor, and just reaping in all kinds of fucking cash. Even marries fucking a young Amy Adams in this movie, who looks nothing like Amy Adams now. Really great movie. Fucking, I had a great time rewatching it. Probably rated about like an 8 out of 10.
Is Amy Adams the one from Wedding Crashers?
I feel like we have this conversation every time when it comes to Amy
No,
Adams.
she's the one. She plays
No,
Lois Lane.
she's not the one from Wedding Crashers.
Oh, she plays Lois Lane. That's right.
Yeah.
I also watched a David Fincher film featuring Brad Pitt and Morgan Freeman and Kevin Spacey.
Oh yeah.
Seven. Which,
So
if
good.
you haven't seen it, it's a really great movie. Really fucked up ending. Probably wouldn't expect it. I mean, it's a David Fincher flick, so I mean, it's got to have a fucked up ending.
Is that the one where Brad Pitt's like, "What's in the box?"
Yeah.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah.
And it's his wife's head.
Gwyneth Paltrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie's so good, dude.
Yeah, it's Seven Deadly Sins. I think we talked about this on the pod a couple weeks ago on the stream of this.
Yeah, gluttony.
Yeah.
All that stuff.
And so the Kevin Spacey is the serial killer, and he's like he's setting up all these crime scenes to mark the Seven Deadly Sins, and he ends up dying. Brad Pitt ends up murking him off at the end of the movie.
You say jerking him off?
Murking, MER or MIRKING. I watched 22 episodes of the Cowboy Bebop anime.
Damn.
Timeless. I can watch that. I mean, it's kind of what I put on to go to sleep. And that's what I've been crushing like 3 or 4 episodes on. That's also what I watch on my drive to work, or what I did watch on my drive to work last week. So
do you have a handle in like some kind of like social media community that's associated with Cowboy Bebop?
Cowboy Bebop is kind of like an OG gangster, like an OG anime. So I would imagine there being a community for Cowboy Bebop fans. Because that's
why I'm wondering if you have like a handle somewhere, like somewhere in the deep internet, or that's Steven
like,
Cowboy Bebop.
No. The only thing,
Steven's got a burner account of just Cowboy Bebop shit, and that's all
Exactly.
he follows.
That's what I was getting at. Yeah.
I go by Trunks Kenobi on Xbox Live and any kind of gaming system.
You'd probably find a better community like on something like Reddit.
Yeah, there's
Like
a
Cowboy
there's a subreddit for Cowboy Bebop on Reddit.
Yeah.
With 263,469 space cowboys.
Yeah.
They call themselves Space Cowboys.
Yeah,
That's great.
That's sick.
Yeah. Cowboy Bebop, if you don't know, it's Spike Spiegel. It's heavily based off of Bruce Lee. His character is, at least, and he's a bounty hunter in a dystopian future where Earth is basically abandoned and everybody's forced to the solar system. Pretty cool.
So basically, that's going to happen pretty soon.
This came out in 1998, so if it is, then fuck.
There's some gnarly episodes too.
There are some gnarly episodes. And one thing that I'm going to talk about, a movie in particular, on our YouTube channel, one of our listeners or one of our viewers recommended a movie on HBO or Hulu called Paradise Lost: The Child Murders at Robin Hood Hills. Said it was, I forget the words he used in his comment, but this movie was absolutely fucked up.
Really?
Yeah, dude. Like the first 2 minutes of the movie, you see 3 little kids, and they show it. and they're murdered. They're butt naked and murdered, and one of the kids got
Oh my God.
his dick chopped off.
Oh my God.
They're showing like the crime scene that set the tone for the whole movie. HBO has 2 episodes on, I think, and I made it through half of the second episode, but they're each like 2 hours long. But based on a true story where 3 teenage kids did a satanic ritual and murdered 3
This is the Johnny Depp thing.
3 elementary school kids, and then there was a huge trial about it too. And
so is it like a documentary?
It's documentary, yeah.
Okay.
It's like I don't think I've ever seen a documentary like this before, ever. Like
Damn.
it was gnarly, and it was like a lot of interviewing, like the parents interviewing the killers or the people being charged of the crime. It was fucked. Everybody that's listening, like if you don't know what Paradise Lost or the child murders at Robin Hood Hills, it was a murder in Memphis, and the people that were accused of the crime were convicted and sentenced to basically life in jail, and I think one of them is even on death row, not
As
to
you should
be confused with Death Row Records.
Shout out Cole for that recommendation. Then
Cole. Yeah, if you want to watch something that's pretty fucked up and you want to feel a little eerie about life and the weirdos out there, because
makes you want to take a shower afterwards.
These are real. Like this is real. Like people out there really think that doing this shit's gonna give them some kind of powers with Satan and shit.
Yeah.
Would you watch it on again?
Yeah, it's on HBO.
HBO.
And Hulu.
Cole also said it was on Hulu, but I watched it on HBO.
I tried watching it on Hulu, but I couldn't get it.
So shame on Cole for that poor.
You have to pay like a extra.
You gotta have Top Dog service on Hulu to watch that.
Oh, wait a minute! I paid top dollar.
Whoa!
For some reason, it told me that the subscription wasn't supported for that movie.
Well, fuck Hulu then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Down with the mouse.
Thanks for the login though. I appreciate you.
Of course. And the last thing I'll talk about, Sleepless in Seattle was mentioned like 3 weeks in a row.
Mm-hmm.
There's a movie that is referenced, and that's part of the reason why I really like Sleepless in Seattle, because they reference a lot of movies in it, and that's kind of like what I do on a day-to-day basis. There's a movie that they reference a bunch of times in there, and so the movie I bought it on DVD, had it delivered to the casa, but it features Cary Grant and Deborah Kerr, called An Affair to Remember.
I think I've heard of that. I've never seen it.
So it's a love story, and that's where
Sick.
Sleepless in Seattle got the whole meet me on top of the Empire State Building scene from, because that's where what's her name's character got that move from. So haven't watched it yet. That's on my list of things to do, so I'll report back next week. But that's it for me, boys.
Beautiful.
Hell yeah.
I also watched Inception.
Or did you? You said that last week.
I did say that last week.
You did.
Rats.
You watch it again or no?
In his dreams, he did.
Oh my god.
Or did he?
Steven,
No, I talked about it last week because I had watched Tenet and then I had that crazy dream.
No, you said you watched Inception too. Nothing but lies.
When he's right, he's right.
I think he did say he watched
I
Inception.
didn't document it. So I didn't know. I just
Whatever.
remembered.
I'll
Just
let it
remembered.
slide. Whoa, Steve has started screen sharing.
Whoa, Steven, what are we doing? What do we do? Whoa, what are we doing today? What kind of episode do we got in store for us?
Oh, hello.
Yeah, we're like a fucking hour in our fucking introductions.
Jeez.
Tell me how you guys really feel.
Hey, scroll down. I don't want to see the bird's eye ad. This is not
Jake's hungry.
for some stir fry
Yeah,
teriyaki. What's in the
How
bag?
do
Stir
I
fry.
Make this
Look.
better.
Yeah, you just gonna play the video? I mean,
Hang
Well, we-
on, I'm doing something here, buddy.
you want me to tell the listeners what we're doing today?
I'm trying to make
So,
your
so we don't
guys'
have a moment of
screen
silence.
Trailers.
bigger here. Yeah, do that, Jake.
All right,
Translate.
so, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, today the Vintage Podcast boys.
Jake's talking.
Yes, I am talking, Mondo. So excuse me. Yeah,
You
we
heard
can
that?
hear you. Yeah, we can still hear you. Your mute button does not
Jesus.
work, pal. Today we are going to watch some movie trailers of some movies and TV shows that are coming out soon. We keep sending these videos back and forth to one another on our group chat. So we're like, hell, we might as well talk about it on the pod and let people know what's going on. The first one we got coming up that Steven's trying to queue up for us right now is going to be Lord of the Rings, The Ring of Power, coming to Amazon Prime on September 2nd. So this one, I've seen the trailer already, so I'm really excited. I don't know about you guys, but Lord of the Rings is. We talked about Lord of the Rings because we talked about The Hobbit a few months ago after I had read The Hobbit. And we talked about what's better, Lord of the Rings or The Hobbit.
Yeah. I don't think we really talked about Lord of the Rings though.
We didn't do a deep dive. It was just kind of briefly mentioned. I love the whole lore of Lord of the Rings, and this is it's going to set before the rings, before the Lord of the Rings. It's about the building of the nine. How many rings were there? 9 rings that they made.
There's like 20 rings.
Is there 20 rings?
Yeah, there's like 9 rings for man.
Yeah.
4 rings for the wizards.
Wings?
Rings.
But there's only 1 ring to rule them all.
And 1 ring to find them all.
That's my precious.
Did anybody see where I passed the trailer?
Good God.
Didn't see it. Can't
I
find
thought it was all the way at the top.
Thought you farted, but you shitted.
That's
Bono,
gotta be it.
Bono, do you have any other Disney history for our audience?
Oh yeah, there it
That's-
is.
Yeah, it's right there.
Yeah, Walt Disney worked with the author of Lord of the Rings.
Did he really? J.R. Tolkien.
Tolkien. They were
Tolkien or
best-
Tolkien?
Tolkien.
We got to get
that's,
this thing out of the
Greek.
way.
Is this not playing for you guys?
No
Not the
audio is
audio.
playing.
No audio.
No audio.
And there's something on like the screen.
I
What's
just
on the
want MF4 to know that we are going to be posting this on YouTube, and you got your nipples out, son.
Well,
Stand by, ladies and gentlemen. Stephen Not Harrington is having some technical difficulties.
just
Behind
some
Stephen,
minor.
behind Steve Not Harrington, we are watching Clash of the Titans.
Mm.
This was from 1980.
No.
80. Yeah, it was definitely 80s.
No,
70s?
it wasn't 70s.
70s?
I think 80s.
No.
Can I get a fact check? Who's got their phone out?
I'll go ahead and say 74.
7400. What do you got? I'm looking it up.
78.
1981.
81. I
Ah.
told you it was the 80s.
Oh, 1981 was a great year.
For some, it was terrible for others. Yeah, Clash of
Oh, that was funny.
Yeah, thanks. I'm trying over here. It's a tough crowd. It's a tough crowd. I got nobody else in this podcast. There's 3 other assholes on this podcast.
All right.
Nobody wants
Well,
to say
you're just
anything.
riffing. I don't know. I don't want to interrupt.
Can you guys see my screen here?
We can see the
Yes.
screen.
It's full screen, right?
Yeah,
screen.
did you do share audio?
We can hear
there
it.
we go.
Okay.
Yeah, we can hear it.
Play in the trailer, boys.
Ladies and
Enjoy.
gentlemen, here we go.
This looks stupid already.
Wow.
Thought the war
Glass.
at last was ended.
Today, our days of peace begin.
We thought our joys would be unending. We thought our light would never dim.
The skies are strange.
It is here, Galadriel. The moment we feared. Evil does not sleep. It wakes.
Beyond the darkness, tempting shadow to bury us all beneath the mountain.
He has not one name, but many.
Have you heard of him, lad? Have you heard of Sauron?
Ooh.
Oh, that's
Alright.
without the armor.
Let's see the elves.
the evil rising is left unchecked, it will take us all. Find the light, and the shadow will not find you. Together we can survive this.
That was tight.
Yeah, that was like Vader.
Fight with me.
Each of us must decide who we shall be.
Ooh, Loch Ness.
There can be no trust between hammer and rock. Eventually, one or the other must surely break.
That orc looks sick.
I bet her breath stinks.
You have been told many
I'm pretty sure that's Sauron.
The leaf?
No, that kid.
In almost a month. We had about a month left.
Must be a prequel.
You know,
It looks
this,
good.
Excited.
this
I'm
is
excited.
gonna be the most expensive TV show ever made.
I think
Uh-huh.
it. Yeah, I think it is.
Yeah, even it's crazy that it's gonna be more expensive than Game of Thrones was, because Game of Thrones was
Gnarly. The last
Like
season
a-
was
yeah.
crazy. Even Stranger Things.
I don't know how I feel about the show based off that trailer though.
You
There's
know,
like there's like 3 cool scenes on that trailer.
it makes it feel like it's going to take, because there's all, you know, you got man, you got the wizards, you got the elves, you got the dwarves, because there's all those 4 factions and then the bad guys. I feel like there's going to be a lot of like, they're not together. So we're going to be seeing glimpses of the elves in the forest. We're going to be seeing man. We're going to see like the underneath the mountain. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
there's
that's
gonna
how
be
it is
so
in like
much-
in the trilogies.
So
Yeah,
it's gonna be so much.
100%.
Well, no. I mean, it's gonna be so much of like them getting ready for war or something with Saruman.
Well, because
Like-
this isn't the Fellowship, right?
It's
This
like,
is
yeah,
just-
exactly. They're not together, so it's just everybody's scattered in their 4 factions, and we're gonna be going back and forth in each episode. And we're like, well, fuck, what happened in that last episode? You know what I
This
mean?
will.
Like,
How many seasons do you think they're gonna run with this? I can see them going like Game of Thrones, like going full on like
With-
fucking.
I mean, it's
With
just
this,
end
I'm,
season.
I'm not sure, dude.
I don't
it
think
just
there's an.
depends on where this leads up. Because
I
if
don't
this
think there's
leads
an
up
end to
right
this.
into the battle, well, if it leads right up to the battle of, you know, where in the Fellowship that we see,
Well, it would be the battle in the Hobbit before the battle in the Fellowship.
How many years was it before
A lot.
um,
The
before
Hobbit and
Fellowship?
the Hobbit and the Fellowship.
Yeah.
50 years.
no, I think more than that.
So do you think
Yeah, I
is
think more than
Gandalf
that.
should Gandalf be alive for this?
Yes. Well, they showed
Sure.
Galadriel. They showed Galadriel. She's the white witch, the white
Yeah.
wizard. The one who tells Frodo, if I were to take that ring, I would be an evil queen,
Mhm.
or some shit like that. So if she's in it and Gandalf
Is she the one leading the
Gandalf's in
fight?
love with her,
Is she the one leading the fight?
she's the strongest witch, or she's the strongest of the wizards, I think. She's
Okay.
stronger than Saruman,
Okay.
pretty sure.
It's
Oh,
just, it's just gonna be it'll be hard to watch with like who's gonna play Sauron?
It was that bald kid that blew that leaf. That was Sauron.
You sure about that?
I'm pretty sure.
What makes you think
I
that?
could be wrong though. I saw it
Was
on
he an
Twitter.
elf?
I saw
They
it on
showed-
Twitter.
They showed that big badass tall motherfucker walk down that aisle and all the orcs bowed.
Yeah,
don't
but he
think
could have
it's-
he could have been a necromancer. It was one of those like fucking creatures that do what Sauron wants. It was a henchman.
Listen, we're gonna
Reddit.
no matter what, we're gonna watch this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
for
sure.
sure.
I'll watch
Uh,
this.
the
before I
trailer
watch
looks
Star
dope. The
Wars.
trailer looks dope as fuck. Like
Yeah.
honestly, it looks dope.
It looks,
I'm-
like I said, it looks expensive, right?
It looks-
I'm worried. I'm worried that it's gonna be really slow.
Yeah, I
And that
think
they're
it
gonna
is.
they're gonna like pump us up the first episode, and then the next like 5 episodes are all gonna be kind of slower.
You think
things.
they'll have like a bunch of filler episodes?
That's what
Yeah, I
I'm
think
worried
so.
about.
I mean,
That's what I'm worried
that's what
about.
I was saying about you know, them having the 4 different factions and it's being kind of scatterbrained.
Like that, it'll be really unfortunate if this was bad due to it being too slow.
Mhm. Okay, I can live with that.
Jake,
All right, so
So what do we do? Are we rating these trailers or no?
I feel like it should be either, do we want to watch it or not?
I want to see this movie.
Sorry, boys.
I'm gonna watch the Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch Lord of the Rings.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna watch all of
it's
it.
Lord
Even
of the
if it's
Rings.
slow.
Watch it.
That's a given.
I think it's unanimous. It's easier to say watch it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings hasn't produced anything bad ever.
Hey,
It's true.
I got a real quick question. Tolkien, was it always J.R.R.?
Yeah,
Yes.
Really?
yeah,
Yeah.
2 hours.
I have a
That's
feeling
not
that's
Mandela.
Mandela effect.
Did you think
Nah,
it was just
there's
one
no
R?
way.
Yeah.
J.R. Tolkien? No, it's
Yeah.
R.
It's always
You
been
probably were
JRR.
trying to say double R too fast, so you just blurred it to one R.
R.
Yeah, that's what you did there.
Something you can blur, baby.
Ooh.
All right, so we're watching this trailer. It didn't make the cut to begin with, but Jake was like, "Put this trailer on," because I think everybody needs a good laugh.
No,
So,
dude. I'm really excited to see
I,
this.
I like the trailer to this movie.
You guys are gotta be shitting me.
No, I'm
I fucking
serious.
love
And
Idris
I-
Elba.
Yeah, Idris
All right.
Elba's great, and it plays
Fucking
back
sick.
into those Anaconda, Jaws, Piranha. What's the one with a crocodile? Not Platoon.
Crocodile Dundee.
Was it the new one?
No, it's older. I mean, the new one's really good too.
It's like Crawl or something.
Yeah, Crawl. Crawl is really good. So I think it's just kind of that genre of
Who's the most notorious crocodile?
the crocodile from
Steve
Peter
Irwin?
Pan.
Crocodile Dundee.
Oh,
The one from
Actual
Princess and the
crocodile?
Frog.
From Peter Pan.
I was gonna say the crocodile that killed Chubbs Peterson.
Mm.
You said
crocodile
the
didn't
most
kill
famous,
him.
not the most
The
evil.
Fall.
All right, so the movie, the trailer we're about to play, it's for the movie called Beast, starring Idris Elba. I don't think there are any other stars in this movie, and I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong.
there's
but
one
we're
other
gonna-
dude that's in it that's dope. He's in District 9. I don't know his name is.
Yes, he's not even. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
He's not really. You know what I
He's
mean?
not famous. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's on the 18.
I mean, he's famous, but he's not a star.
So I'm gonna play the trailer and then we're gonna talk about it. So I'm just.
Go back to the calls.
Hey, look out the window.
Welcome to my party, guys.
Thank you so much for having us.
This is my chance to reconnect with the girls.
Did Mom shoot some of these?
This little bump right here, that's you.
I still miss her every day.
What's that? There's something crossing up ahead. Keep the girls in the car.
Stay in the car, okay? Just stay in the car. What happened? Diabolo? Okay, what's he saying?
Diabolo means devil. I've never seen anything like this. Multiple attacks without eating its prey. Lions don't do that. At least no lion I've ever seen. Go back to the calls.
Dad, please!
Of course.
Breathe, slow down.
Jurassic Park. Jeep
Don't
hanging off,
even-
off a cliff.
Don't even try comparing this to Jurassic Park, please.
Part of an
We're in
homage.
his territory now. It's the law of the jungle. It's the only law that matters.
Sure, that seems safe.
Dad, they've got guns.
Shouldn't be out here.
What are you doing? I've got to get my girls out of here. I need you to trust me right now. I'm coming back.
Don't move, okay?
Where did he go?
Hold on. He just fucking decked a lion in the face, dude. So sick. I'm sorry. It is so sick.
I'm kind of speechless. This kind of reminds me of like fucking Cujo meets Lion King.
Mark my words. This movie is going to be so bad.
I know.
I'm kind of shocked about how much you guys actually like this. I was waiting for someone to say they were kidding.
No, I'm 100%
Yeah.
excited to watch this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
This
see
movie-
it.
As bad as
movie
some of it looks,
looks
I'm
terrible.
intrigued. I'm intrigued.
And I like shitty movies too, but
Hey, is that a Predator TV show?
Yeah, it's supposed to be taking place during like Pilgrim times or something like that.
Sick.
Everybody, that's the voice you're hearing. Somebody who's
It's the voice of an angel.
Thank you.
foreign to the show. but
Commonly,
it's,
commonly brought up during the episodes.
Yep.
all the time, brought up all the time. His name is I think we refer to him as either Little Mondo or Gigi.
Or
Or MF4.
MF4.
I don't think we've ever referred to him as Gigi on this show.
No.
Yeah.
I
No.
have.
Not
MF4.
here. No, you did it now. But don't do it again.
We can edit that out.
Little gup.
Look up.
But yeah, Beast. I'm excited to see it. August 19th. I'll be at my local theater. Oh, I found out something interesting
Day
about
of.
my local theater.
Yeah,
I'll be
day
there.
of.
I'll be there on the 18th.
I highly
I'll
doubt.
be there on
I,
Thursday.
I highly doubt I go to the theaters to see this movie.
I don't. I'm same, Hunter. Like before you continue, Jake. I've seen this trailer in theaters 3 times maybe, and it gets worse every time I see it.
Oh,
I
God.
agree. I feel like the CGI for the lion gets worse every time I look at it.
I feel like I'm getting more information.
I feel like why not just drive away the first time you saw the fucking lion?
I feel like the idea of you having your own home in like whatever country you're in, Uganda, Africa, I don't know where they are. I don't know where it takes place. You're gonna tell me you still have that set up there and you got pictures still hanging of your wife when it looks like you live like that house in the middle of a fucking poor village. Like, there's no way there's no way.
That's you and your mommy's stomach. You're
Yeah.
35 now.
So from the get-go, I'm just like this movie looks dumb.
Yeah.
You're gonna be defending barehanded, you're gonna punch a fucking lion.
You're joking.
What are you
Fuck
gonna
outta here,
do?
dude.
Let's guess who the director
I'm gonna
is.
die,
I'm
Jake.
gonna say Michael Bay.
Nah,
If a lion attacks me, I'm dead, and my
can't-
punch is not doing anything to it.
he couldn't do enough drone shots to take this film, so he said nah.
Balthazar.
Baltazar Kormakur, who has done nothing else before.
I was
Looks like
correct.
a Baltazar.
Was that
It looks
phone
like
booth?
he's done something.
Oh, he's done some stuff.
Yeah, see, 2 guns.
Ooh, 2 guns. Okay.
Two Guns is you guys are getting way too hyped for a mediocre.
Two Guns
movie.
was not that good.
Yeah.
I wish
We'll
they
get
had
too
4
hyped.
guns.
I wish he had
I
4
only wish there were
guns.
3.
Oh my god. All right. Let's let me change some pace here and let's get hype really quick.
Okay, I'm not watching this in the movie theater.
No, me neither.
Quick fun fact. So my local theater, Big Newport in Newport Beach, the owner, the Edwards family who owns Edwards movie theater chain, or owned before they sold to Regal, he lived in Newport and he would attend that theater often, and he would pull up in a different car every time. And Mondo, you visited that theater. Remember that guy that was the ticket taker? He was wearing an older gentleman wearing a funky looking suit.
Yeah.
No, he wears 6 suits.
Yeah, he wears. I mean, they're funky. Then I'm not saying stupid. So he's been there for 30 years. So he would always he would always talk to Mr. Edwards, and Mr. Edwards would always come in like either just to get a bag of popcorn or like sit down for a movie. But the owner, like Edwards from Edwards Theater Chain, would attend that theater often.
He's probably friends with John Wayne too, to be honest with you.
Honestly, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
Fuck yeah.
I
Love it.
thought that was a cool little bit of information. You could look that up on Wikipedia too. If you look up Edwards movie chain or
You
whatever.
can look me up.
Thanks for that knowledge drop.
You can sue me.
That's Mondo does stuff in his speeches.
All right, boys. So Star Wars
Oh.
Down the mouth.
coming out. Like it's so unfortunate that this is like a Disney production, right?
Is this a movie or a series?
Series.
Ooh.
That
fucking picture looks dope.
It does.
That's like pretty sick.
It's a dope poster. I think I saw the trailer already. I kind of jumped the gun, boys, but I think this TV show is gonna be dope as fuck. So, fuck it. I'm just gonna play the trailer.
Beaters?
Where's the lion?
Dude, imagine watching a fucking Star Destroyer going through your neighborhood.
I'd lose it.
Oh my
To steal
god.
from the Empire?
This is the
You
dude
just
from
won't get
Rogue
like
One,
it
right?
Yeah.
They're so proud of themselves.
Ooh, the Senate.
Senate.
So fat and satisfied.
So fat and satisfied.
can't
Fuck
imagine.
yeah.
That someone like me would ever get inside their house. Cassian Andor.
Ooh,
The
Skarsgård.
Empire is choking us so slowly. We're starting not to notice. What I'm asking is this. Wouldn't you rather give it all to something real? I need all the heroes I can get.
For the greater
That
good.
looked dope. Is that an Inquisitor?
Call it what you will.
Who's in Rogue One?
Let's call it
Saw
war.
It's fermenting out there, son.
Was that Elliot from ET?
Fermenting.
It looked like it.
You're in my net. Are you a fish? Or are you a thief?
You're slipping.
I'm not slipping. I've just been hiding for too long.
As long as everyone thinks I'm an irritation, there's a good chance they'll miss what I'm really doing.
What are you really doing?
I think they're in Cloud City.
This is what revolution looks like.
I'm tired of losing.
Andor.
3-episode premiere, September
Dude.
21st. Wait, is
That
that
look-
the same? Is he the same pilot from Rogue One?
Not
Yeah.
a pilot. I don't think he's
No.
a pilot. He's one of the
Oh,
dudes that
yeah.
kills one of the stormtroopers. No, or
He plays the same character, Cassian Andor.
yeah, exactly.
He's the chick that she falls like they fall in love with each other.
They don't really
Yeah.
fall in
Yeah,
love.
they do,
They don't kiss.
dude.
You
I
need
think
to
they're
kill
about
me
to like
alone.
That looks-
as it like they're dying.
That looks like the best thing since Rogue One.
I don't
I
think so.
agree.
They kind of just sat there and just accepted their fate.
I agree, Mondo.
Which one?
Start with Calrissian.
Yeah, that thing looks awesome.
I feel like Rogue One. I like that they're sticking like it's its own thing. It's not Star Wars. It's Rogue One, right?
Mm-hmm.
A Star Wars story, and I like that Mandalorian is also kind of its own thing. It's not on the Star Wars storyline. So I think since I know you don't really like Mandalorian that much, but I think this is going to be the second best thing that Disney's put out. Or
I
that
think
Star Wars has
this
put
gonna be
out.
better than Mandalorian.
Mandalorian
The
was
production on this looks like it's just top notch, theatrical, like big budget.
Dog.
I don't know if you can beat Mandalorian.
Yeah,
Dog,
Mandalorian
Luke's-
was the best.
I'll say this right now.
Luke Skywalker coming out.
I won't watch it.
Oh, for
Yeah.
sure. Easy. It's easy. It's
That
easy
says a
yes
lot
for
because
me.
you've already said you weren't gonna watch fucking any more Star Wars
Yeah.
Disney shit.
Unless you guys put a stamp of approval and say this is fucking legit.
Yeah.
Don't ask me to do a review after. Please don't ask me to do a review after the first episode or whatever it is. After the season finale, if you guys say, "Hey, this is really good. You gotta watch this so we can talk about it." At that point, I will watch it.
Hey, look at I'm the biggest fucking Disney Star Wars critic.
I know
here.
you are. I know you are.
This I'm excited for this.
I just can't go back on my word. I've already said I can't watch anything more from the mouse.
Yeah.
I respect that.
Yeah.
Respect
So-
that. I'm gonna watch this though.
I mean, I will say it does look good.
I just
But
hope they did. The trailer is very well made.
Yeah.
I
So,
hope
so is the
that-
trailer for Obi-Wan. The trailer
I
for
hope
Obi-Wan.
that I know. I hope that the show can deliver on what the trailer has produced. I am very skeptical.
Yeah, same. I don't know.
I don't know. This looks,
Looks
like
good.
this looks like original storyline. Like I can't wait to find out what it's about.
Yeah. I mean, it's actually everything that we've been asking for. Something that's
Yes.
different.
Yeah.
New
No, I
characters.
didn't see
new
no stupid
characters in the
fucking
same universe.
Jedi. No stupid
Exactly.
Jedi with all this power.
Exactly.
Like looks like regular people fighting their way to become a rebellion.
Yes, and that's what I want to see.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next trailer, boys. Our boy Kevin Smith is at it again. Seems to stick with the same storyline every single time he makes something, but nevertheless, here we are with a Clerks Part 3.
I'm just glad I'm not the only one that has to put my strap or my hat that's adjustable on the second.
Yeah,
dot.
same.
I'm third to last on the dots.
There's
I'm
no
pretty-
room for. There's no room for.
I'm
What
pretty
is that?
close.
So what Mono's referring to is referring to Silent Bob's is backwards cap,
Time out.
and he's calling a times.
Are we playing sports? You can call timeout like that?
You know, funny thing about
it looks serious.
you know what Chubbs Peterson, another fucking Happy Gilmore reference. There's a part where fucking Happy Gilmore's putting and Chubbs Peterson calls a timeout for Happy Gilmore, and that's right before the all you can hit, it's all in your hips scene.
Yeah.
It's all in the hips.
We're talking about Chubbs Peterson calling times out, just like you just did.
We heard these fucking sound like gunshots. There's somebody fucking doing fireworks back there.
Lighting up cherry bombs back there.
Yeah.
Time. All right.
Time.
All right.
Oh shit.
Playing the trailer for Clerks 3.
Sophie, are you ready?
There's a 30-second ad that I got to get through. So
Of course, Kevin Smith is putting ads on his trailers.
Yep.
Did you guys like the new Jay and Silent Bob movie?
I did.
I didn't really like it.
I didn't like it. I kind of hated how Bob was using emojis to communicate.
It was all.
I did see that.
There's
Wish
a
I
lot
did
of
that.
nostalgia.
No, there was, but that
I mean, it's a Kevin Smith movie.
didn't they show who Amy was from Chasing Amy?
She was in.
I don't
she was
remember if
in.
they did.
I think she was in the original Jay and Silent Bob.
I don't think so.
I could be wrong.
Jay and Silent Bob Strikes Back.
I digress.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
I am going to play the trailer for Clerks 3. Quick stop. VHS and Nintendo.
Goddamn, they're old.
That's how we did it in the 90s, son.
Goddamn right.
Can't catch my breath, man.
Really? Should I try mouth stuff?
What is this, a Tinder date? Get off of me. Oh, shit.
Mr. Dante!
I need an ambulance at the quick stop.
Saved my life, man.
Kevin
Wish
Smith.
I had a life worth saving.
What are you talking about?
Sit around and watch the same movies over and over.
I always thought you could have made a cool movie.
You're right. I'm living on borrowed time. No more watching movies.
I'm gonna make a movie!
What's the movie going to be about? It's about him working here. Meta.
Everything in the script is something either me or someone I know said.
I'm not even supposed to be here today.
Maybe Jay and Silent Bob could be characters.
Jay and Silent Bob are like C-3PO and R2-D2. They've been here since the first movie, which was the last time they were cool. But they've been with the franchise so long, they still give them cameos and put them on the lunch boxes.
Snifty bitches, please tell me why. I believe in you.
You should put in that stuff you used to say about the Death Star contractors.
Get sued by Disney? No way.
Now that's what I call acting!
Take off your pants.
What the hell is this?
I added a scene where you get shot.
I'm not letting you kill me off in the third act. What if there's a sequel?
A sequel? What am I, a hack?
I think it needs more weed.
Lionsgate.
That's gonna suck.
It looked really silly. Like
That's an understatement for sure.
There's a lot of meta jokes.
Get out of there.
Please don't play something else.
Yeah, get that out of here.
Bro, that movie looks fucking awful. What the fuck happened to Kevin Smith?
He had a heart attack. He wanted to tell the world about it.
Exactly. Like we all know he had a heart attack already. Why does he got to keep telling us about it?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I'm gonna watch it. I don't think it's gonna make it to theaters, but I'm gonna watch it too.
Like I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him, dude.
Don't feel bad for Kevin Smith for making movies.
At least his daughter's not in it.
That he wants to make.
Her daughter's boyfriend's in it though.
Who's her boyfriend?
The dude from
He's
Stories versus Hell in the Dark.
Yes. He
He's
plays
like
like the director kid in that movie. He's got like fucking stuff drawn on his face.
I like him.
I'm gonna go see it in theaters.
You'll see that, but not Beast.
Well, I have a love with Kevin Smith. I don't have a love with Beasts or anything about that.
I need a shot.
Steven, you spelled barbarian so wrong.
Hey,
I'm typing with one hand and not looking. No, you're not. We heard him. Why is he leaving?
He's gotta go take a shower.
He should have said bye.
I'm gonna go later. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
So Skarsgård was in the preview to the dad Skarsgård was in the preview to Andor or Andor. I don't know how you pronounce it yet, but
and Justin Long's in this too.
Yeah,
he was in the last trailer.
Oh no shit! He was in Clerks. So we have Bill Skarsgård, Justin Long, and Georgina Campbell featuring in a movie called Barbarian. Jake commented earlier that I typed it way wrong in the search bar. I defended myself saying that I typed it with one hand and not looking. I'm going to go ahead and play the trailer now. I've never seen this before. I have never even heard of this movie, but it's coming out really soon here.
And it's Skarsgård.
Next month, September 9th, 2022.
Looks good already.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
This is 476 Barbary, right?
Oh, this looks
I'm renting
good.
this place.
No, I booked it a month ago.
Are you sure you have the right place?
Yeah. Who am I supposed to do?
Why don't you come inside and we'll call these idiots.
Yeah, loophole already.
Why don't you just crash here?
Oh, no.
I don't know if you got a great look at this neighborhood, but I don't think you should be out there by yourself. It's dry and there's a lock on the door. By the way, I'm Keith.
Tess.
You take the bedroom and I'll sleep out here on the couch.
God.
Well, that gave me the chills.
Keith?
She found that way too quick.
She's a Jedi.
She probably doesn't find it that quick.
Oh,
Producer of it. Big deal. Yeah, you don't go down there. You don't go down there.
Keith!
Oh! I'm in already.
Yeah,
I'm watching
This process might seem overwhelming, but with a little practice, it can soon become a pleasurable experience. This is perfectly natural.
I don't get the name. I'm very curious to find out why it's called Barbarian. I didn't get any Barbarian vibes from that.
I have a theory that it's kind of gonna be some like MK Ultra stuff where that dude is like being experimented on, and that's what like that creepy little TV thing that she saw was the things that he used to see when he was a kid, and he was raised that to be crazy like that and snap. That's what I think it's gonna be about.
So it's obviously about fucking what's it called?
Airbnb.
Airbnb. I was thinking airdrop. It's about an Airbnb where the people who own the house kidnap the people that they rent the house to and do weird shit to them after they capture
That
them.
we think. We don't know. We don't. I mean,
Right. This is just me speculating on
Yeah.
the fucking trailer that we just saw. And Justin Long was previously captured, or Justin Long might be the killer.
I think he's another person that like rented
No,
that place to stay there.
Skarsgård's the killer.
Yeah, Skarsgård's the killer. I guarantee Justin
Okay.
Long like shows up later on. Is like, oh, I rented this place too.
Yeah,
And
he's
that's why
he's a
there.
victim. He's a victim.
Justin Long, he never escaped from the Jeepers Creepers house.
Exactly.
This is the sequel.
Which I love him. I love him in Jeepers Creepers.
dude, Jeepers Creepers is so, all three of them.
Yeah. There's three of them?
Or two?
The first two are the second one's okay. First one's really good.
Is the second one with the school bus?
Yeah, second one's a school bus.
Yeah, there's no way. There's no way he's in part 2, right? He dies in part 1.
He dies in part 1.
What? Yeah, you see like you see his head or something though.
There's a part 3?
Maybe not. Maybe.
What song does he die to in part 1?
Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah. Okay.
Where'd you get them peepers?
I don't know why I was thinking these eyes.
maybe too.
Oh,
Maybe, yeah, that could be in it too.
That's like you can't watch Jeepers Creepers anywhere.
There's 4 Jeepers Creepers movies.
Told you.
They made a new one recently.
I think
It did.
Am I wrong to say he's in Drag Me to Hell?
Justin Long?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You don't think I'm wrong, or you don't think he is?
I don't think he is.
I couldn't call it.
I mean, him and fucking Kevin Smith's fucking Walrus movie is pretty convincing. I mean, no, he plays a good fucking person that gets converted into a walrus.
Oh, forcibly converted to a walrus? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jeepers Creepers 4 comes out September 19th this year.
Fuck yeah.
Did it rain? Did it rain up by you guys today?
Next month.
No. I like Jake Long. That movie looks
Justin.
Or Justin, sorry. I want to see that movie.
So do I.
Yeah.
Considering I didn't know what it was. There's conflicting info because the trailer said it comes out August 31st, but IMDb says September 9th.
Yeah, they moved it back. Editing, recuts, reshoots.
Which one should we watch the new official trailer or the official teaser trailer 2?
New official trailer.
This one, right? Because we already watched one of these trailers on our last
And this is Game of Thrones? House of Dragon?
This is House of Dragon, yeah.
Let's watch it. It's a new one.
Does choosing what to watch?
Another ad. 10-second ad this time.
Worst ads ever.
Oh.
You know, when I was a kid, commercials used to be so good. We'd have a game where whoever guessed the commercial first got the point.
We did have that game.
That's the problem with TV today is that there's no way you can play that game anymore.
Those commercials fucking suck.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate.
HBO House of Dragons starting the trailer now, boys and audience.
Looks stupid.
So that's Rhaegar, right?
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I honestly don't remember anything from Game of Thrones.
I'm rewatching it right now.
Are you?
Come on, baby. The Red Wedding? You don't remember that?
I just passed the Red Wedding.
Splintering shield.
Literally just passed it.
And I placed my heir upon the Iron Throne. And all the dragons roared as one.
I consider the matter urgent. That of your succession.
Who else would have a claim?
The firstborn child.
Rhaenyra. No queen has ever sat the Iron Throne.
The king has an heir, Daemon Targaryen.
I will not be made to choose between my brother and my daughter.
Rhaenyra's succession will be challenged. Knives will come out.
You are the king. Your duty is to take a new wife.
I have decided to name a new heir. I'm your heir. War is afoot.
Do you think the realm will ever accept me as their queen?
A woman would not inherit the Iron Throne, because that is the order of things.
When I'm queen, I will create a new order.
Your family has dragons. They are a power men should never have trifled with.
If Rhaenyra comes into power, she could cut off any challenge to her succession.
I am to inherit the Iron Throne. She will block my way.
Our hearts remain as one.
Oh, our hearts were never one. Have you never imagined yourself on the Iron Throne? Where is duty? Where is sacrifice? Now they see you as you are.
Looks pretty dope.
It looks like a snooze fest.
No.
Yeah,
No,
I don't
no,
know.
no.
I don't know
It
about that.
absolute, dude. This series looks dumb.
I think it's gonna get. I think it might get overshadowed by Lord of the Rings. Same kind
Yes.
of universe.
I agree.
Coming out the same time. I think Lord of the Rings is going to be better, but I mean, dragons are sick. I love
I mean,
dragons.
just based off that trailer alone, I personally would rather just rewatch Game of Thrones than watch
Mhm.
anything new.
Dude, Hunter, 100%, bro.
Because
Yeah.
Game of Thrones is going to give me exactly what I want, and I don't want empty promises
Yep.
Rob
Give me-
Stark was such a badass.
or heartbreak.
Give me Littlefinger.
Oh,
Give
there's so
me-
much There's so much heartbreak in Game of Thrones.
So much. Most of your favorite characters die. It's
This
incredible.
does not look amusing at all.
It's debatable.
Yeah,
I mean, it's got dragons. It's still the same story. It's who's gonna take over the throne. It's the battle for the throne as it was in Game of Thrones.
like I'm still gonna watch it, but I'm not gonna go into it knowing or like expecting it to be up to par with Game of Thrones because that standard is just far too high. Like
I agree.
You're setting yourself up for failure if you're going to watch this, like waiting for a continuation of Game of Thrones.
I think that's
I agree.
fair to not want to pit it against its predecessor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Game of Thrones crushes 99% of TV.
Yeah,
Well,
absolutely.
92.
I mean, this TV series is probably better than the last season of Game of Thrones.
Maybe we'll see. We can pit
That's
them
a good point, Mondo.
pit them
You're
against
probably
each
not
other.
wrong.
Yeah.
What season of Game of Thrones?
The last season.
The last season.
You didn't like the last season of Game of Thrones?
Who did?
Not I.
I liked
was
one
awful.
episode. One episode was dope.
It was dumb.
When they battle the White Walkers. That was the only sick episode.
That's tragic. I enjoyed everything except for maybe the ending.
So then not everything.
So not the conclusion of the show.
The ending. The way it ended.
Oh my god. Contradicting himself in his same sentence.
But I'm
except for the ending. How is
nevertheless,
that a contradiction?
We're all gonna watch this. And if anything, we should bring back the watch parties.
That I agree with that 100%.
That was super sick when we did that.
Yeah, those were fun.
I never went.
I went a bunch.
Yep.
It's beautiful.
All right, that's it for this week's episode, boys. Do you guys have anything you want to add before we close out the podcast?
Check us out on Instagram. Check us out on YouTube. Check us out in the mirror.
The Vintage Podcast. Make sure you're following us. Give us a review or comment on whatever podcast platform you're listening to us on.
Yeah, thank you for your reviews. We got so far we got all 5-star reviews. Appreciate that.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Fuck yeah.
Beautiful.
Everybody, Jake said it already. YouTube, Apple Podcast, Spotify, Amazon Podcast, or Amazon Music.
Shout out to the homie that watched the Lucy documentary.
Yeah, Blake.
Oh yeah, shout out Blake.
Thank you, Blake. Oh,
Balake.
you're welcome, Blake. Balake.
Oh yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Oh,
All
yeah,
right,
okay.
boys. that's it for this week's episode. You don't got to go home, but you can't stay here. See you guys next week. And as always, go watch something. Peace out.
Bye.
Later, guys.
Bye.